Welcome to Forced Conversations, Episode 3, hosted by myself, Mike, and my co host, Andre.
Hello. And today we're joined by a special guest, Light.
Hey,
Light, if you want to introduce yourself, tell us how you got into Star Wars, what you love about it, all that.
I've been a lifelong Star Wars fan. I can remember the first time I watched it on TV when it was first released on cable, probably 30 some years ago. It was first on like Sci-Fi Channel, and I remember my mom showed it to me, and I was hooked.
There was a sci-fi channel back then.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
a just a
yeah,
sci-fi channel.
yeah.
I don't
You
think
never
he's
heard of a
questioning that there
Sci-Fi
was.
Channel?
No, I don't think he's questioning that there's a sci fi channel. I think he's questioning there
Yeah,
was
it
a
was
sci fi
probably when
channel
it
back
first
then.
near like when it first got it, released.
Hmm.
You know,
What? Oh, okay.
yeah,
What did it have like Twilight Zone and
yeah.
Star
Yep.
Trek and Star Wars on it or
The
something?
originals.
Anything sci fi, X Files,
And Mystery
that's
Science
everything.
Theater 3000.
Yep, yep.
La, la, la.
Okay, I've never. I guess I don't. I guess I don't know. I'm just the youngin of the group
I
apparently.
guess so.
All right,
Babies.
so we have your list of Star Wars movies, canon movies,
Yeah.
that you ranked from top to bottom. So Andre and I kind of went through our list in a previous episode and talked about why we ranked it the way we did. So if you want to do like a quick run through, it doesn't have to be super detailed, but like why you ranked them where you did.
Yeah. I think the easiest answer right now is just Empire Strikes Back is probably the greatest Star Wars movie ever made. It
It's
is
probably one of the best movies ever made.
yes.
I
It's
mean,
funny
I
that that one's
mean, it's
easily all three of our top movies for
yeah.
sure, for
It's
sure.
it's just almost the perfect sequel. Um, very little wrong with it, if anything at all. If you don't want to be too nitpicky. Um, A New Hope is what started it. It was improved upon with Empire Strikes Back. Revenge of the Sith is my third overall. I think it really. If you were to go back about 10, 15 years on my list, it wouldn't be this high up. But after so long and rewatching it and learning more of the lore of Star Wars with the animated series, the stuff that's coming up now, it really helps to
mm,
kind of fill in the
mm.
gaps.
Oh yeah.
Um, Return of the Jedi. Um, Again, not a perfect sequel, but pretty good. I know I'm an old school guy because the original trilogy, Phantom Menace brought it to a whole new level with just explaining stuff and just giving you more with Jedi or the
Yeah.
Jedi, excuse me. I really didn't think I'd like Solo this much until I did the list, and like I sat there and I look at it and like I put Solo there, and like I almost wanted to put it one more higher, but just the Phantom Menace just had just that little bit extra for me. Like I'm not really a big
Mm,
Han Solo guy, but that one really surprised me of how high I had it on the list.
yeah.
Fair, fair.
Rogue One for non Star Wars fans, I feel like it's underappreciated. Um, some of the stuff in it I'm not really big on. I realized there was a lot of issues with the directing situation or something like that. Stuff got changed last minute,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
happens with I guess a lot of stuff with Disney nowadays. Um, Attack of the Clones is kind of a surprise for me of how low it is. I enjoy this movie, but after really thinking about it and putting this list together, like yeah, I understand where I put it.
Yeah. The only real good part is like the lightsaber battle at the end
Yes,
and
with Yoda, which
and the whole
yeah,
arena scene. But yeah.
and I appreciate the Django Fett stuff,
Yeah.
but it's probably not enough to bring it up the list. I'm an old guy, so the new series stuff I do not care for.
He's got
I'm
all
not
three of them.
trying. I'm
It's
not
good.
trying to be. You just kids don't appreciate the original trilogy, but I'm sorry. The Last Jedi was decent, but I couldn't even want to put it up above anything else. Force Awakens, that was. Oh, we're gonna have Luke Skywalker. You get him for what, 8 seconds?
Yeah.
So
See, that put me in a whole, that made me look at you in a whole new light.
because like I love my original trilogy. This is what the franchise, this is what it was brought to you. The Skywalkers, and this felt like a New Hope light. Like they took every little do from New Hope and they just packed it in there and we'll
Yeah.
make it a new thing for the new generation. It just felt like that. Force Awakens did that, and then the Clone War movie. I really don't even know if I've actually seen it. Like,
You're not missing much.
yeah, that's what I've heard, and so
So
I kind of put it there just because I don't remember it, or if I've even seen it.
originally, I was the same way. I went through my list. That was the only one of the movies that I hadn't seen, so I put it at the bottom just because of the fact that I hadn't seen it. I couldn't critique it.
Yeah,
Since we made the episode where I made this list,
yeah.
in light of this conversation, I watched it
Oh,
and it is not good. It is.
oh,
It is.
No,
I.
no, it's not
I.
good.
It kind of made me look at the whole Anakin Skywalker thing and go, I'm glad he was whiny in the movies
yeah,
as Hayden Christensen's character. I'm not knocking and saying he wasn't whiny. But the
yeah,
whininess in the Clone Wars movie was next level. It was just it was like how annoying can we make this character? And it was bad. It was bad.
yeah.
And I laugh because even like some of the stuff that Andre said, like you have all of these clone troopers running around and they're like, oh, you know what? I ran out of ammo. What can I do against these droids? Oh, I get it. I'm gonna punch it. And they punch it and they fly and fall backwards and stuff. And it's like, you just punched a big metal robot.
Right.
And last I checked, correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not as deep into it as a lot of people. Were the
Yeah, me
clones
and you were probably the
super
same.
soldiers?
No.
I
Oh,
don't
okay,
think so.
because like
No.
when you watch like Captain America fighting the Ultron bots and he's hitting them, you get it because he's like a super soldier, right? But you
Yeah,
don't see Hawkeye punching a bunch of freaking clones or like Ultron bots and
yeah,
sending them flying backwards because he's a normal human being, right? So like it made me wonder. I'm like, how like what are these featherlight droids, and that's why they're doing that, or are they normal droids and these are just like super soldier versions of
yeah.
clone
I'm
troopers?
with you on that.
So there is a scene in Revenge of the Sith. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. They're on Utapau. Um, Obi-Wan is on that giant lizard boga
Yeah.
chasing General Grievous. As they go by, there is a clone just like getting ready to punch. And he actually throws some punches at this droid. And he knocks it out. He takes it out, dude.
So I guess I need to understand then, like, were the clones like
Droids just have glass jaws.
Roger Roger? No, I'm just joking. But like, yeah, so like that was it was little things like that, and the biggest thing that I got a kick out of was right in the beginning when they're talking about, hey, we need to send some Jedi to go. What were they doing? Anyway, they talked about sending two Jedi to go investigate something, and they're like, oh. We can send Anakin, and it was like because Obi-Wan and Anakin are doing anything.
Oh,
The whole
Right.
time they're on the planet, like, hey, we need reinforcements. Like, we can't even do anything because we're being attacked right now. And it's like,
yeah.
where did this breakdown in communication come from? Because it's horrific.
They not only said we can send them, they said these two are the only two Jedi we can
Yeah,
spare
to go
now.
get Jabba's son.
There's
That's what it was. Yes,
10,000 Jedi. And you're telling
it
me you
was
can
bad.
only spare Anakin and Obi-Wan? I get it. They're some of the best.
So I think okay, so now that we kind of went through a little bit of the background there and stuff like that, I think that'll help lead us into, especially because like you have the newer stuff kind of grouped together at the bottom of your list. So I think
Yeah.
that'll help us transition into what our main topic today is going to be, which is the Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
Oh, the story of the evil twins.
The Aco-Light.
Okay,
Oh,
so I think coming from my point of view, am I gonna sit here and say that the series that I thought it was amazing and like it's the best Star Wars stuff that's coming? No, definitely I'm not even gonna try and pretend that. I didn't have a problem with it because one, it was something new, introduced new characters. Love Chimere. I think his character as the Stranger, whatever you want to call him, has the potential to be something pretty freaking sweet in Star Wars. Um,
Mhm.
there was some hokey stuff for sure. I think my biggest critique was the whole chant song that they did was kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Um, but other than that, like I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good.
this
The
is the
chant
worst Star
was the
Wars.
only thing. The chant was the only thing that took me out of it.
This is the
It was
worst
bad.
thing Star Wars has ever made, including Caravan of Courage, including the Christmas special,
Oh,
The
including the
holiday
disco,
special?
including the holiday special. This is the worst thing. And like, I was I was almost ready to go like episode by episode, but I don't know if we have enough time. So I just kind of made just a hit, greatest hits, like of my little list of what's going on.
my little list, and it's like
I
five,
I
six
went from
things.
3 pages and I just kind of condensed it because some of the stuff got on here
It's a
twice.
book.
Okay,
Yep.
so if you had to pick, let's say your biggest critique point that you did not like, if you had to hone it down to one thing, what would your top thing be?
They spent $180 million on this. Um, there's just logic flaw. The story just like there's no weight to it.
Hold on, I
There's
have to hold on. I have to backtrack. What do you
okay,
mean by logic flaw? Do you mean logic by
like
our
just
logic or
just
logic by
just
Star Wars
logic
logic?
and like nature, like
But whose nature? Our nature or the
like
Star
just
Wars universe
nature.
nature?
Like there's a fire in space
Oh,
that's just
oh,
there's
What what
wire,
what
fire
what slide what
bellowing in
slide is that,
space.
Andre?
8, please. If
Eight.
you could go to slide 8.
Oh, you got to slide. That's not okay.
So like fire in space.
Fire in space.
So like
Yeah,
fire
there's
What
in
the upper
movie?
space.
atmosphere.
Hold on.
Go back up.
So
Go back
like
up.
fire in space.
Yeah, but that's coming out of the ship. That's
So
coming
is
out of the
That
ship
one
where
is
there's
a tie. The
oxygen
top.
coming out of the ship.
No, the top one is a TIE fighter just
What, this
cruising
one? I'm
along
sorry,
on
it's a little
fire.
small. I thought this was something else. What is it? Is that the TIE fighter?
yeah, fire in
That
Okay.
space.
no, this slide is from episode 1.
I thought that was the
This is the
Naboo
Phantom
cruiser.
Menace.
Is that the Naboo cruiser?
Yeah.
Well, it's sad I can see that image and I'm Naboo cruiser. Yeah.
So
Still logic is flawed. I knew you guys were gonna come with that.
so hold
Okay.
on. So let
Okay.
me
Okay.
Plus,
No.
hold on.
there's still more fire.
Let me ask
Sorry.
this. So
Okay.
yes, I would say in our reality, fire in space like this, I don't
Yeah.
know the logics of it and how it would look or how it would be shown like this, right? Like if there's an explosion in space, I'm not an expert in that.
Yeah.
Can we agree though that we're
We can agree
talking
on
about
that.
something that's taking
Yeah.
place in a galaxy far, far away where the elements, oxygen, whatever you want to call it,
Should be the
might
same.
not be the same as ours?
No.
We have
Unless we're
Wookiees.
talking parallel dimension
We have
where they have a
Wookiees.
whole different rules. I'm sorry, I'm trying to mute my phone because there.
But my
sorry.
question would be: we have Wookiees,
Yeah, we're in
We
outer
do?
space in a galaxy far, far away.
but so if we don't have Wookiees, then our galaxies aren't identical.
Well, now you're trying to turn into what's his face? Get all sciencey on me here. But
No, I'm not
I
trying. I'm
mean
just saying,
gravity
like,
is the same, should be the same here as there.
Okay. Okay. But anyway, so you need what? 2 of 3 elements for fire. You need heat. You need
Three.
Oxygen.
fuel source and oxygen.
It's a triangle. Yeah, you
Right?
need three. You need 3 sources. Correct.
Yes.
I thought you needed 2 of 3
No,
to
you
make
need
it
3.
fire.
You need
No,
3. If you
you
take
need all
one
three?
of them away, it'll go away. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So, but anyway, either way, you have fire in Phantom Menace. You have fire in um
So,
the Return of the Jedi.
here's what I don't remember. What was causing this fire?
I don't remember either.
Like, it's
I
not.
just
I don't
watched it.
think this is
I
a
just
fire.
suffered through watching this again.
I don't think it's a fire that was just like sitting on the surface of the ship in outer space.
It,
It had to have
it
been
looks like they're on
something.
like a ship or something. I don't even
It
remember
is a
it.
ship.
And
I'm
like
They
saying
were
though,
on
it
a
had to
ship,
have been
yeah.
something
Station?
leaking from the ship that caught on fire, which would be the same thing
Because
as this, which
yeah,
would be
they're
the
not
same thing
moving.
as these. I don't think
Yeah,
it's a self-contained fire in space. I think this is a fire that, let's say,
on
it's nutrient rich, whatever kind of chemical that's super flammable, right? Like whatever
okay,
the fuel
but
source is.
let's just say that there's some sort of oxygen in the system and it's on fire. It shouldn't be bellowing like that in space. Fire in space does not. I don't know the word for it. Does not
So
burn
let
like
me.
that.
This is me asking a question based off of me not being super knowledgeable on some Star Wars stuff,
Yep.
and this
I
is where
mean,
I'm
we're
gonna ask
all
this.
only so knowledgeable when it
How
comes to
do
this stuff.
the shields work on ships? Because all ships have some kind of shield, right? Like
I'm
where they.
assuming it.
So is that fire
Uh,
technically contained inside the shield presence, which would be a barrier that would prevent the
I don't know
oxygen
if.
from being ripped
Would
away?
you say Star Wars has like I'll call it Star Trek shields, where they have like energy shields around it?
I don't
I
think
mean,
that's
like a
the case,
droidica shield.
no. Because I don't think that's the case because they've shown in the Clone Wars them walking on the ship and
Yeah,
they still need those oxygen masks.
yeah,
So I mean, and
Right.
she's wearing an oxygen mask right
yep,
there. So
No, for
like,
sure,
yeah.
for sure.
I think I can agree with you guys that I know it's a petty thing, but it's a thing. I know it's like that's just one small thing, but like
yeah,
it's a
I'm
small
just
thing.
saying. I'm just saying you can't blame Acolyte for having fire, but
No,
not
no, I
blame
can't. But she's
and
standing there staring at it, wondering, I remember a fire when I was a kid in a big stone building.
hold on, we'll get to that.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. I knew you guys
Slide
were gonna
11,
get to
please.
that.
Slide 11, please.
I need
So
to
this,
I need to
Oh,
cross some stuff off my
this,
list.
this picture,
A big
yeah,
stone,
this picture.
yeah, a big
I'll believe it.
stone
I'll believe
building.
it.
Oh,
and then
good.
right
No
afterwards,
space
it looked
wood.
like this.
Yeah, a big stone building that burns up. Oh, is this Taco Bell?
He said, "Yeah." Oh, is that Taco Bell?
Yeah,
Hold on.
there is a brick. There's a brick Taco Bell in Oscoda that burnt down.
Uh-huh.
And also, if you go back up, there's fabric. There's other things on the
Okay, I'll
walls
give
that
you
you
fabric,
could burn.
but look at the where she's looking. She's looking at, and there's accelerant on the floor.
Yeah, there's definitely accelerant
Okay,
on the floor. I think
I mean, I
whatever
realize it's
she
maybe
threw something there
maybe it
that
was.
was some kind of like fluid, right? Like because
no,
it.
no, she didn't. It was an accident. Remember, she's not the crazy one. Even though
No,
she's got that.
I'm saying whatever started on fire was liquid because the liquid did go underneath the door before the fire
I don't
did.
remember. She had some weird little spacey device. Um. Evil. Sorry, I'm trying to cross stuff off my list as we go through it, so I don't keep bringing up
Okay,
the same
so
stuff.
let me ask you this while you're looking through your negative stuff.
Yeah.
Was there anything in the show that you would take away as a positive at all?
Besides the fact that it's not getting a season 2.
Oh my god.
No, um, what's Smilo Ren's name?
Chimera.
Chimere.
The stranger.
64
Yeah.
he hated him.
Smilo
60,
Ren.
64 already hated him. I liked him.
You 60-40 hated him?
Yeah, like 60. I liked him 60, but 40% just like there was something there. As like my Slim said, there's something there. We'll never see anything with it. But
I don't know. I think we'll see Chimera again.
You
I do
might.
believe we'll see Chimera
Yeah.
again.
I
We might not get Acolyte again, but we'll get Chimera.
I don't know how we would get that without Crapolite. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I'm sorry, but that was he was potentially the only thing that I liked about that show, and it was only just 60-40.
I like Master
So
Soul as well. I thought the dude that played him, the what is his name, Lee?
Hunger
Squid
Games
Games
guy.
guy.
Yeah, I think he was good. especially
They had
for
great fights together.
yeah.
Like if they had some more like drawn out fights, they could have had
Mhm.
something great. I
That
I'm
three
telling you,
hole punch,
dude,
that
when he killed, yeah, when he killed, what's her name?
Jackie.
Yeah, who actually, you know, that's the girl that
girl
plays
from Wolverine.
X-23. Yeah, from
Yeah.
Wolverine, the girl Wolverine. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, when all of a sudden you see her back and the three holes punched through, it was like, wait,
Oh,
what
I
just
know.
happened?
That was cool.
Yeah,
The oh, where is it? I got it on here. Not the armor. The Shoto lightsaber. Is that what it's called?
The Shoto,
The
the
Shoto.
little
That's what it's
lightsaber.
called.
the
Where
little
it
one, the little one.
comes
Yeah,
apart and just
Yep.
prison shanks her. It was quick. Just bah, bah, bah. That was cool. I mean,
I
Yeah.
think the
they had
introduction of another dark side user, kind of like a Balin Skull or whatever, where they're basically coming out and telling you like, I don't consider myself a Sith, right?
yeah,
Like, so you're not seeing this. Like, I know you have, you have the Jedi Order, you have gray Jedi who aren't really whatever, you have
yeah,
Sith who are like the ultimate bad whatever, and then you
yeah.
have these people that are dark side users who don't consider themselves Sith but are still doing things that aren't maybe, you know,
Good.
I have a
yeah, great.
question. More of a
They're not light.
okay. I don't want to go off topic too much, but it's Sith related.
Okay,
Okay.
The rule of two.
we were just
Oh
talking
my
about
Does
this
God,
that
today.
we've been
mean
talking about this
does
so
that
much
mean that
lately.
there's only two in the whole galaxy? Because what if there's another Sith out there who's
No,
like doesn't know about
no.
this Sith over
So
here?
so we just
That's
read
what
a
I
thing
would think.
today. There was an article that came out that's talking about a novel that is canon. Well, I don't
Uh-huh.
remember what it's called, Andre. Do you remember what it's called?
No.
Anyway, in the novel, it basically talks about what the rule of two technically means is
Yeah.
that the the master will always take on an apprentice, and the apprentice and the fear and the hatred of the apprentice eventually overtaking the master is where the master draws his power from, and how he continues to become stronger in the force because he wants to stay above his apprentice. And so
Yeah.
basically the book is alluding to the master doesn't make the apprentice on the dark side. The apprentice makes the master. How strong the
Okay.
apprentice is determines how strong the master is, which is why Sidious taking on Anakin and how strong
Mhm.
Anakin was made Sidious the most powerful Sith at that point in time that ever existed.
Okay.
So that's
The
that's the
book was.
premise
It's
of
a
the
new
rule.
novel.
That's-
It's a new novel called Master of Evil
Yeah,
All right.
yes, that's what it
by
was.
Adam
I just
Christopher.
like I was saying, I always think about it and I'm like, how is there not, Darth Sidious over here
Yeah.
Like,
and
yeah,
then Darth George over here
Darth
a
I
George.
was I
zillion
was
miles
talking.
away?
I was saying today, like, what if you've got some guy that's about to come out as a Sith,
Yeah.
and then he brings out the
About to
Hollow
come
Net,
out
and
as Sith.
he's like, and then he sees Palpatine like new First Galactic Empire, and then he's like,
Like,
Oh
what
well,
oh
what
man,
the heck, man? Come
now
on,
I
I was
can't
just
be a
about to
Sith.
do this.
no, I can't be a Sith. I gotta wait till this guy dies. So I
I gotta
mean,
wait till both of them die.
right?
Yeah, so
So
I think the
I
rule of
don't
two
know.
is more so a master has an apprentice, and the two
Yeah.
of them. I think the other thing it was saying too was that like if you notice in the movies, um, when what was it when Yoda goes to fight Palpatine in the Senate, and Anakin goes to fight Dooku, and like so at that point in time they're saying like Dooku was the apprentice of Sidious for a little bit before Anakin killed him.
Wait. Did you
Yeah.
say Yoda fight Sidious?
Yeah.
Palpatine, yeah, in the Senate,
And but the what?
in the
At,
Galactic
at,
Senate when they're fighting in the Senate chambers.
yeah, and that was
Right.
Anakin on Mustafar at that point.
Yes, but I'm saying like in those two different scenes. I'm not saying simultaneously in the same timeline.
Oh,
I'm saying
okay.
in those scenes. If you look at the scene where Palpatine was with Mace Windu and all the other Jedi, and
Yeah,
he was getting Anakin to turn to his side, he bested like what 4 Jedi and almost was bested by Mace Windu, right?
yeah,
But it was like they were no contest. And Kit Fisto is not a bad Jedi lightsaber duelist, right? but he didn't
No,
last
I
that
mean, he
long.
took 4 swings. Yeah,
Right.
he got a few swings off,
So
but
what they're saying is because of the connection between Anakin and Sidious there, Sidious was more powerful than he would have been had that connection not started happening. Same thing in the Senate when Anakin was away and it was just Yoda versus the Master, it was more evenly balanced. But when they're
Yeah.
closer together, that makes that because of their bond, they're stronger together than they are apart. So that's the other part of the rule of two is that the closer in proximity they are to each other, the closer they are, you know what I mean, in their
Yeah.
connection to the force, the stronger that both of them become.
Okay.
Which I think is kind of an interesting take, and I never really looked at it from that aspect, but I thought that was kind
yeah.
of cool. I mean, I like it. I don't think that's a bad idea because I do
Yeah.
agree with you. Like when you say rule of two, and you're like, oh, that means there's only two Sith in the entire galaxy. Well,
Right.
if
In the
they both
entire
die,
galaxy.
then how do new
Right.
Sith just appear? Like
Yeah.
oh, I'm
And then
born and there's no Sith, so I'm a Sith.
how how do we explain Asajj Ventress? How do we
Right.
explain
Oh.
Maul being alive and Savage Opress
Or
and
even like you look at
Dooku
Balin Skull
and
and
yeah.
Shin Hati, right? Like they might not be Sith, but maybe that's how they start. They're dark side users, and they eventually, because of their relationship and because of their growing in the dark side, they become Sith because it's a master
Mhm.
and an apprentice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what's going on with him, but
No, for sure.
that's moving on.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to go on off on the topic because
No, you're good.
we'll
You're
get
good.
lost. We'll get lost. Where were we, Andre? I'm lost.
Okay, so your next topic. What's the next one that's not crossing?
Um.
Okay, hold on. While you're looking at your
Okay.
list, can we
Okay.
cross off ones that are like nitpicky little things like fire in space?
I
Like,
already crossed that. I mean, I just as I'm going through it, I'm just
okay, okay,
crossing stuff
fair
off
enough.
so I don't go back through
Yeah.
everything.
Fair enough.
Um. Key jingling. When you know how you get like a key in front of a key, you get
Oh, jingle, jingle, jingle.
a key jingle. They
Yeah.
did a lot of that with some characters with like yoga. Did I just say yoga?
I think you did say
Yoda,
yoga.
Yogurt.
yogurt, and Plagueis. They were like, oh,
Plagueis, I
they're pretty good.
100% agree with
And
you on.
then they
Throwing that
just
in like
they're like,
last second
we
at
got
the end.
Yoda.
Like
Yeah. And then we got
I was excited about the Plagueis thing.
yeah.
The fact that it was like so brief at the end, the Yoda thing, it felt like they were trying to tie
We
it
got Yoda.
into
We got Yoda.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Okay,
then
I think the Yoda thing has its justifications because when Coyote Mundi says we haven't seen a Sith in a millennia, and look, literally, Yoda looks at Mace Windu like
I
yeah,
like Andre's facial
I
expressions.
don't remember that look, but
he did. It's right after
okay.
we haven't seen a Sith in a
Because
millennia. Oh,
George Lucas back in 1999 knew about this atrocity coming
well, he
25 years
knew
later.
about not Plagueis. He knew about Plagueis, and he knew about
I
Palpatine, Grandpapa Palpatine.
Well, and if you like, I haven't seen it, but you and I having conversations, Andre. There's also other Sith that are in the like older Sith that are dead in Clone Wars, right? Like
Mhm.
Darth Bane,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yep.
So like how long ago or how long between let's say the Acolyte, like was Darth Bane before the Acolyte or after the Acolyte?
Before the Acolyte.
Before, so he was before way before Plagueis.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
okay.
I don't know how I'm not big into Legends. So I don't know a lot about Legends, but I know it was definitely before, and I want to say it was a lot longer before. Because I think he was I don't know. He was
I
before
love the
Plagueis for
Taco
sure.
Bell.
I know. I'm just looking at the Taco Bell on fire,
I said, you mean like this? And he
wondering
said,
if you can
yeah.
smell
Is that a Taco
burnt
Bell?
burritos.
Um Light, what do you feel about the bleeding the lightsaber?
I don't understand how she did it so easily and where she was just angry and I know she was touching it and she's angry and it you see in her light, her saber turn from or not even her saber, the lightsaber go from what was it, green? I don't remember,
Blue.
green to
I
red,
guess I
whatever,
think it's
blue.
blue to red. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Vader had to work at it. He had to kill like 30 younglings, and he
No,
was
no, no,
already.
no. The lightsaber. Okay, keep going.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
I'll let you finish. I'll let you
but
finish.
she's all like, I'm just angry at you for lying to me, even though you weren't lying, but you were. Vader was just all sorts of just rage, and she's just, I'm mad, and it's just like red.
I'm mad.
Where Vader went through, I'm sorry.
So
I appreciate the what they were trying to convey with it, but
yeah.
they
Okay.
didn't. I think they needed more than that. So
Okay. So Asajj Ventress using someone else's lightsabers.
yeah,
She's not gonna turn a blue lightsaber to red automatically. I mean, Vader,
you
Anakin slash Vader at the
yeah
time was didn't have the kyber crystal exposed at all.
no
In where they first showed it, where they first showed bleeding the crystal, not bleeding the crystal, but changing the color crystals.
yeah
I want to say bleeding. I want to show it.
I mean, that's
In
technically
I
what they're
believe
calling it, but yeah.
yeah that's what they call it, right?
Yep.
in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
It showed the crystal outside of the lightsaber. So I think you're on the right track, but the wrong track at the same time. I think you've got one wheel on the right track, one on the wrong.
I'm going off road. And like, why? Like looking at this picture, like, why is the crystal like hanging out of the lightsaber like that? I realize
Because I
there's
believe it was hit with something.
okay. It's it
Yeah, there was damage to it.
doesn't look
See,
damn.
you
I
can.
mean,
I mean, it's
I don't know.
exposed right here.
It's blue. It's blue. It's exposed. I mean, it just like it's hanging out. Like I realize they want to get it out so they can see it, but it needs to be more than just like she's getting mad. And she looks confused. Like she's looking at it. And she just looks confused. Like what's going on? There needs
I
to
don't
be
think she was
more.
just mad though. She was looking at her old. She was looking at her old master with pure hatred. Like,
Because he had been lying to
and
her,
then
right?
and then she's touching the kyber crystal, and it's just. I think
It's
that's
just
where.
it was just so
Yeah.
easy. So
Well, okay, so this is when she discovered that her mother died because of Soul, right?
Uh, the
he,
whole
killed
witch
her, but
coven.
it's her fault as far as I'm concerned. You make that face turn and smoke in front of me, and I got a lightsaber, I'm doing that too. But how do you kill
No,
smoke?
but I'm saying like it didn't because like the fire started, but the mother didn't die because of the fire like she believed.
No, the mother died. Oh yeah, is that what?
Like
I don't
Soul and the
remember
Jedi
what.
killed Soul and the Jedi
Yeah,
killed a lot of them.
it was her sister was in front of her mother when it happened, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay,
Which
but
is why the
still,
sister
like,
why the sister was hunting the Jedi that were there, like starting with what's her name from Matrix. That was probably my biggest shock of the series. Like first episode, I'm like, oh,
right, five
and
minutes
then
in,
like
carrying
dies, and I was
lost
like,
fine.
wait, what? The biggest
Yeah.
name that I knew from that show, like
Right,
off the
carrying it.
rip, I was like, oh okay, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same
Um.
time, like up until what Order 66, how many times have you seen like so we had Qui-Gon, right? How many times have you seen a Jedi like actually be killed? Like, but Qui-Gon didn't die by
Right.
some person who wasn't a skilled Jedi. Like
No.
he
Yeah.
died
No.
he died by Maul, which Maul was like,
I'm all
let's
a
he's
highly trained Sith.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
a Sith assassin. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Sith
Um.
assassin.
Um. How the mom? Um.
I don't know how true it is that she is the mother per
She's the
se.
maker. Okay. I
The
don't know her
maker.
name. She's
Let's
the
go.
maker because this is another thing that I had a problem with. She made them,
Uh-huh.
and I'm using this term because I don't really know how else to put it. But the other lady was the one who carried them. I can't. She was oh what species Maul? Um,
Dathomirian.
That's yes, the Dathomirian witch.
So the main
Okay.
She
mother
was the
was
one that
Mother Anicia.
is that the Dathomirian one?
Nope, that's
I
the
forgot to
main
get the
one.
name.
And the
She's the one who
Dathomirian one I
carried
think
them.
was Mother Coral. Was it? Or was
Yeah,
it Mother
that
Coral?
sounds right.
Coral was the twins' mom. Okay, Cora, Koril. I
K
wrote
O
that
R
down.
I L. Yeah. Yep.
So I wrote that she was the twins' mom, but the other lady wasn't. But she's the one who made them. But she doesn't look anything like the. I'm going to use this term, the birth mother, like at all.
Mhm.
So that just didn't make sense to me,
I think I I get a little bit what you're
unless
saying.
I missed something.
So let's
Yeah,
say
I can see it.
the main mother, Mother Anisha, whatever, like the one who you could tell was in charge, right?
Yeah,
Um, let's say she's the leader of their witches coven, which is
yeah,
whatever. So let's say she has the power channeling through all of them to create life, but
yeah.
let's say that she can't create it in herself. She has to put it into a different vessel. If that's the case, the thing I'll agree with you on is there should have been an explanation on that. Like if she would have said,
Yes.
"I can create, I can't host if I'm creating." Right? Like
Right.
I have to
Yeah.
use the
But
force to do this somewhere else. Like if that was the
Mhm.
explanation, then I think you're right. That maybe
I think
clarifies
they did.
things because that
I
I
think
guess that can be confusing for sure.
I think they should have just like said that she was the mother and she carried them without, unless they made the girls look at least something like Coral. Is it
Coral.
Coral? I just think,
Like give them some head spikes or something.
yeah. I just think, look, I'm sorry, but no.
I mean, I could see that, and I think maybe that's a lack of like if you want to go to storytelling and not properly explaining like why it
Yeah.
happened the way that it happened. I'm not
yeah,
confused about it happening, but with you saying that, like I guess I could see that. Like maybe if there's a better explanation of this is why it went the way it did. Okay, I get that.
yeah. I think they should have thought that through a little bit better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Um, and like the mom, the leader, I can't remember her name. I don't even want to remember.
Anisha.
She
Mother
was
and
gonna give
Mother
him
Anissa.
up.
Anisha.
She was gonna let her daughter go, but she goes smoke evil witch mode, and he freaks out.
Evil witch.
Cha 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 cha. He stabs her, and like everyone's like, "You killed her," and he was like, "I thought he was gonna kill me. I thought he was gonna kill her." She's doing that face.
Yeah,
He
it
turns
was
into
tough at
smoke, and
times.
you're like, "Ooh." So like, and she's like, "I was gonna let her go." I was like, "Doing that didn't look like it."
Yeah, you didn't say anything. You
Right? You
should have
just
said
went full,
something.
just full evil, rar.
Yeah.
So like, that's on you.
I think though too though I think the other thing you could take from that, and I guess I didn't think about this until now, is like when we've talked in the past about how like a lot of people saw the Jedi as not really being this beacon of good. They saw him as being this like puppets of the
Colt.
Republic or cult or people that basically serve their best interests and not
Hmm.
necessarily other people's
Yeah.
best interests. Like I think you maybe saw a little bit of that in this show where like I mean for lack of a better way of explaining this, they went and were investigating something on this planet and invaded these people's home. Right? Like
Yeah.
they didn't have to go there, but they did. Right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm agree with you on that. They
So
definitely
and I
tried
didn't
to
think
make the
about that
Jedi
watching
look.
the show for sure.
I feels like they tried to make the Jedi
In a
look
cover up,
bad.
like
Yeah,
it's not like they were like, "Hey, this bad thing happened. We didn't know what to do. We didn't experience this before. This stuff happened. We need to try to make it right." They were like, "Hey, let's just take the girl, pretend none of it happened, just
right,
wipe out everything that existed so people can't
right.
tell that we did anything wrong." And
No one
yeah,
will
Yeah.
know.
right. So
They just back
I
away.
think that was kind of like that led into seeing when you hear all these people talking about not trusting the Jedi, maybe it's
Right.
events like this that led to that, right? Like people finding out about this stuff happening. Um, I wasn't a big fan of the character, the Green Jedi lady, Vernestra,
Oh, the Jedi
Vanessa.
Master Green
Vanessa.
Skittle.
but
No, she was.
I want to know more about this lightsaber whip.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. I'm not
It
taking
doesn't
either
make
side
sense
yet.
to
I'm
me.
saying I want to know more.
It's better than the lightsaber umbrella in Star Wars Visions.
Okay, I didn't know about that. That seems ridiculous.
It's a cool idea, but it just doesn't make sense to me.
So
Yeah.
here's what I'm gonna go to, and I don't ever like doing this, and I'm probably gonna get flack for this, and I'm not trying to say that there's this comparison. My dad and brother were big Star Trek fans. I was not a big Star Trek fan, but I know of Star Trek. Okay,
I used to love it.
so I know that like in Star Trek, you can take your tasers and set them to stun or kill.
Yeah.
You
Do
can do that.
lightsabers have an ability to say,
A
"Hey,
knob, yeah,
this
they have
is
an
a
adjustment
death
knob.
Training mode.
blade, but if I turn this
Yeah.
knob down a little bit, it's a
They
it's
have
a
like a
whip that
training
can
mode,
leave
don't they?
scars but not kill
Yeah.
you."
Yeah, they have a training mode. They have a length adjustment as well.
Yeah.
There's different levels. Mike, I just
Do
want
you
to
see
say,
this in
just
the
wait
Clone
till
Wars?
no.
No.
Where do you
I
see
think
it?
it's in a book somewhere.
Okay.
I
But
think
I've heard
it's
like
in
there's
something. There's definitely something. I
yeah.
don't know exactly where, but it is
So
somewhere.
it's like that
It could be
it's like that
Legends. It
Troopers
could very
skit
well be
where
Legends.
they're on the Death Star and Darth Vader turns the lightsaber off and it shoots outside the Death Star.
This lightsaber blade only kills ghosts. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
stupid.
Well, that's stupid. All
This
right.
one gives you cancer.
Mike,
Zoom.
I just want you to know that you are going to have so much fun watching Star Wars Rebels when it specifically gets into season 2 and you get to see the helicopter blades.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sticking under the witches. The thread. The thread. Which is, which we know is
Forgot
the
about the
force.
thread. Yeah.
The thread.
Yeah.
The thread isn't a weapon until it is.
Okay.
Like they're
Yeah.
like, it's not a weapon, and then immediately they're Hadouken.
Yeah.
Hadouken. Um, I get it. They're teaching their religion, and it's like a different, from it's the force, but it isn't. It's what they know it, and I can appreciate that. But they're like, it's not a weapon.
Let me ask you this though: how is that different than like a Buddhist monk who trains to be proficient in martial arts and stuff, and it's not a weapon, but they do use it if they need to as an offensive type thing to
But they're
deter like.
they're yeah, I agree. But they're literally teaching each other how to use it as a weapon because they're like, all right, attack me, and they got two girls attacking the mother. I again can't remember her name. I should have wrote
Mother.
it down.
Yeah, but that's how you teach any martial arts. There's
And she's
there's
over
like
there.
what is the martial arts where it literally is only defense? Like,
I don't even know.
Oh, I saw
of
a,
But
course you're
I
gonna
saw a
have.
skit about that the other day where the dude was like, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm proficient in." I'm gonna forget what it was, but he was like, "Oh yeah, you want to go?" And the dude lays down on his back and he's like, "Come on, come on!" And he's like laying there, "Get in my guard!" And he's like, "Wait, what?"
get in my guard.
"Get in my guard."
Get in my guard. Threat is not a weapon until it is. Let me cross that off. Uh,
Thank you for coming prepared, Light.
yeah, I didn't
He's
want to be
like,
like, and then
and then
I'm
one
gonna start
time,
just going down. Why did the witches die? They looks like they're like, okay, I'm done.
I don't,
They
I
just
don't think they
literally
died.
die of
I,
boredom.
I think the Jedi killed them.
Yeah.
It was just one Jedi. They
I
were
think early in
in,
the season we think that like it looks like they just went into a room and were dead. But I think when you get to the last few episodes, because that's why
they're
what's her name was mad.
they're
Like,
all in a trance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say I think that's what happens though. I think whatever happens with them in the trance when Saul kills the main mother, when they're tranced into whatever's going on with her, that's what we don't see is that I think whatever Saul did, Saul killed all of them.
As far as I understood it, when Carrie Ann Moss's character gets Kelnaka out, the Wookiee,
Mhm.
that was a huge missed opportunity. Huge
Oh,
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
yeah. I would have loved to
Bad
see more
setup,
of
bad
Kel'Nak.
payoff. They had such a cool setup with that opportunity with the Kelnaka and just
Mhm.
blew it away.
Yeah.
But they were all in a trance together. They were controlling him. and Carrie Ann Moss's character gets on him and gets in his brain and breaks the link, and then they all just die. I that doesn't that doesn't compute to me.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's like what Mike said there. I just think that they were all connected. So
I guess think about it like this. I'm gonna use a different movie to kind of maybe steer this point through, right? So like if you look at the Matrix, right? When they
Yeah,
plug into the Matrix and they go into the Matrix,
I use the Matrix.
if they die in the Matrix, they die in the real world. If they die in the real world, they die in the Matrix, right? So if the witches, I'm just, this is gonna be far fetched, but I'm just saying, think about it like this: if they
Yeah.
are projecting themselves into something else, like honing whatever they are, and they're projecting their psyche, their being, their force connection, whatever, into
mhm.
something else, and that something else is terminated, do they just revert and go back, or do they no longer exist as well?
This is gonna go to was it Force Awakens? No.
Rise of
What's his
Skywalker
Rise of
with
Skywalker? Andre knows where I'm going with this.
Leia giving Kylo
Oh no, I'm not
her
going
life
there.
force after
I'm
he gets
going with
hurt.
how Luke dies.
Last Jedi. Last
Last
Jedi.
Jedi. How
Oh, when he
Luke
projected
like
himself.
I hated this. I thought it was stupid. I really wish they wouldn't have killed him. I don't even get why they did it.
Yeah.
But he
We needed
projects
a
his
original trilogy reunion for sure, and we didn't
yeah,
get it. We were
we got
robbed.
robbed and like we'll never get it. But like he, projects his mind across the galaxy and he goes and he confronts Kylo Ren. And it was kind of a cool scene where he's just blasting him and Kylo Ren is just more and he
And
just
then Luke just
and he's just stood there and like I'm like,
yeah.
okay. And all that set up and for I'm not really there. And then he just waste. Just a waste.
So when I'm gonna tell you I'm cheating, and I'm using like AI to ask this question, but I asked how the
Okay.
witches died. It says there's two things. It says Mother Anisha was directly killed by Jedi Master Soul with his lightsaber, so he killed
That
her
we know.
with his lightsaber.
Yeah,
The
which has been
remaining
destroyed.
witches were killed by Jedi Master Adara when she intervened to stop dark side magic from Mother Coral, which is the other mother,
Yeah,
which may
yeah,
have posed a threat to the Jedi or others. So they were trying to control. Actually, they were trying to control two, right? Like it was the Wookiee and then the dude that they were messing with before everybody else.
The young kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh that guy. That was just a waste of
So that's what I'm saying. If they're collectively leaving their, let's say, leaving their bodies because they're
yeah,
witches.
I
I'm
can
gonna
I
use
can
I'm gonna
follow your
use
logic.
yeah, I'm gonna use our world witches, like when we talk about that type of stuff. So if they
Yep.
collectively leave their bodies to infiltrate something else, and that is severed before they get back to their body, are they just dead? Like I don't, I guess I'd have to look at, is that
I
the way it
guess
happens in our
yeah,
books
I'm
with
following your
witches?
logic, but they need to explain that. They can't just be like, "Oh, they're dead now."
Yeah.
But there's the thing is there's so much in Star Wars that is like that where
But
it's like
yeah, that's
this
another thing.
happens and there's no explanation.
Right.
It
This is
happens throughout all of Star
I'm
Wars.
about to drop another one of those on you right now.
But do you think my take
Uh,
on that? Do you think the take that I said, does that make sense though? Like if you
yeah, it
look
makes
at it from
sense.
that,
It makes
okay,
sense. But
okay.
they need to just be like 2 seconds. Be like, "Oh, you broke the connection. Their
Like
minds are
something
scattered."
happens, they die, and she's
Like,
like, "Oh, I must have broke the connection, and it killed all of them." And you're
yeah,
like, "Oh,
just
okay, cool,
two
move on."
seconds. Just
Yeah,
boom.
move on. Yep.
Like, I'm gonna do another one. From pronounce it cortosis. The armor. Is that
Okay. Yeah.
for an average Star Wars fan? I don't know if Vassal like just an average mid, not someone who reads books, somebody who's just watched the movies, somebody who's just seen some of the shows, never really read any of this of the books or anything like that. None of
Hmm.
the expanded. You told me about the armor because I'm like, how do you have armor that shorts out like and like I'm like, how does he like break lightsabers? And you're like, oh, it's this. And like I had to look it up and I had to
Yeah.
find out the name of the armor. You need 10 seconds to explain this. You because a normal Star Wars fan would be like, what is it? Why
I
is
did.
he just
Nope, I did. You're
taking
right.
these shots?
Yep. I got
Hmm.
You
confused.
need you
I
need
was
to
like,
explain
wait.
this.
I think like right after that episode came out, I think I messaged Andre the next day, like we were
Yep.
talking at work, and I was like, "Yo, can you
Well,
explain this to me?" Because like
Yes.
I know that there's things that can deflect lightsabers. I know that there's armor like the Mandalorian spear. Like they fought Ahsoka. Like they were fighting each other and it wasn't going
Yeah.
to. I get there's things in the Star Wars universe, but what was that? Like what
Yeah.
did that?
Why?
And so
Why?
like yeah, so I think that's the problem is like I think it's cool to bring in a bunch of new stuff that maybe
I
exists in
appreciate
other
them trying.
aspects of Star Wars, but
Yeah.
when people don't know like me, like it does help to have people to
Yeah.
bounce things off of for sure.
Yeah.
They're hitting, they're fighting, he blocks it, and their lightsabers just shut off, and they're like, "What?" And they're looking at it, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, I think
And they're
you're
just
right.
looking
Like
at it, and they're hitting it, and it turns back on.
another 2 second thing of saying like, "Hey, what happened there?" Oh, it was this. But was
Yeah.
that
What's
was at the
this?
final battle though, right?
No, it was the last
No, it
couple
was like
episodes. It was
halfway through, I
when
think.
he starts going through all those Jedi's, and
Yeah.
like
But that's what I'm saying. Like, wasn't that right towards the end of the last episode when this was
it was like
happening?
episodes. There was how many episodes? 8 episodes.
I believe so. Yeah, I
So it was
believe
probably
eight,
around five,
five,
six,
six.
So Master
somewhere in
Soul
Not
there.
like
and
not
the
like six,
Stranger fought
seven.
twice.
Yeah. I wish I would have went back and rewatched this show.
I tried.
I was
I got
thinking
through
about it
most of
today.
it, and like I zoned out. I'm like, this is so
Okay.
like I'm sorry. Like it's still bad to me. Um, like just watching them be like, they're hitting their lightsabers, they're looking at it, and they're like, what? And then they finally turn back on. You're like, okay, that's weird. Couple
Mhm.
seconds would have been great. Um,
Yeah.
I think if you short out lightsabers, put together.
But okay,
Oh,
so let me comment on this real quick because I think a lot of these little things that we're talking about now, I think would fall
yeah,
more under like the script writing or writing things out for
Yeah.
you in the script, right?
Yeah. I think we're fine as long as you have a legitimate reason and you can say bad writing because this is why I didn't like the show. I don't think at all it breaks lore. I don't think it does at all. It may have broken old Legends lore, but that was broken as soon
yeah,
as Disney bought it. Disney wiped everything
Yeah.
out as soon as
yeah.
they
As
said
soon as they did,
we
and
bought it.
I get it. They want to set up their own stuff, and they're kind of picking and choosing what they want to bring
Yeah,
in, and that's fine.
which is great.
But they
Yeah.
do that, but they don't just do that with Star Wars. Look at Marvel too, right? Like you have so many different adaptations of
Oh, I
characters that
know.
you could take routes in when it comes to the Marvel universe and everything like that. And they pick and choose different ones. And whether they're right or wrong, like they're trying to do things that I think they believe that are going to be popular with people. Some things just aren't.
Mhm.
Like I would say, like I'll go back and say I agree with you somewhat on the storytelling stuff because I think that would be why my like episode 1, 2, and 3 aren't as high on my
Mhm.
list of movies that I like. And maybe after I watch the Clone Wars, like I said, Andre, some of that stuff might change. I get it. But I think that's why they're not as high because I look at the original
Mhm.
movies and while I get it, the graphics weren't as advanced, the technology wasn't there to make some of the stuff that they made, but the storytelling in those original movies, even in New Hope, maybe it's
Yep.
slow, maybe it's boring, like you're saying, whatever you want to say. To me, I love the
So
origin
boring.
story of it. But the storytelling was still way better than 90% of the
There's
stuff in
so
episode
much
one, two, and
weight.
three. And even episode 1, 2, and 3. Like, because I feel like even in those, some of the acting were like people were saying lines, and I'm going, oh my gosh, did you really
Ooh,
just
Yeah.
go, I hate
I
the
don't like
desert, I
sand.
hate the sand?
I
Like,
hate to see it.
bro. Yeah, so like I mean we can all pick on little things like that. I would say for me like the little things like I'm gonna go back to this. Fire in space could be dumb, maybe it doesn't matter. I don't, that type of thing I don't really care. Like I'll give you my logic on watching Star Wars and this is my take. I don't think anybody else has to do this. This is where I'm at. I'm watching a fantasy show that is not based
Yeah.
in my reality. It takes place in a galaxy far away. So if they want to do things that are a little bit different than what I would see in my universe or whatever, I might look at it and be like, yeah, that's far fetched, but so is Captain America. Yeah, that's far fetched, but so is Hulk. Yeah, that's fine. Like so, like if I'm going into these movies and watching them, I don't go into it watching a Marvel movie and going, "Oh, people don't transform into a big green Hulk because of gamma radiation. This movie's trash."
Yeah.
Like you
Mhm.
know what I mean. So I just try to take it like that. Um, but the things that I don't like is when like stuff is forced. Like lines come out forced. Like where you're like the whole trying to change back the midichlorian thing in the
Yeah,
Last Jedi. Like why did you set up all this stuff to just have one movie try to undo it all? I didn't understand
yeah,
that.
no.
And I didn't
I think
understand why somebody above him didn't at least go, "Hey, let's take a
can't
step
do
back on
that.
that for a second." Yeah. So,
I think the big problem with this is there was, at least from what I remember hearing, there was like two writers that never seen Star Wars. Like
They
they never
weren't
seen it.
writers. They weren't writers. They were just actors
No, they
that
were
had never
writers.
seen Star
They
Wars.
were writers.
They were?
I'll have to find the thing I seen. I can't remember what, if it was like a it was another podcast. I think was it Theory Sabers? He was on it. They were talking about the
Yeah.
writers. I
Yeah.
I have more respect for him than 90% of other YouTubers with dealing with Star Wars content. He's he's
I'm not gonna say anything.
I understand you're jealous. You're jealous. I get it.
No.
okay, so let's do this before we get ready to wrap up this episode. Let's say like this. If you had to give a rating on the show on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say I'm probably between like a 5.5, 6, which I would
That's
say it's.
generous.
But okay, but if I'm saying 5.5, 6, I'm saying like um, Return of the Jedi's 10, or you know what I mean. Like my top
Yeah,
three movies are like nines and tens. So I'm gonna
Empire's
say
10.
like yeah,
Empire's a
that's what
hard,
yeah
just
yes. But
10.
I would even say for me, I would even say like my top three are probably nines and tens universally, right? Like I
Yeah.
think my top three are high, and then everything else starts trickling down. I would say this is
Yeah.
a good. Maybe I'd say 5.5, not 6, 5,
If
five and
you
a
were
half
to if you were to put this on your movie list, where would it be?
on my movie
Ooh.
list.
On your movie list, we'll just call this the Acolyte movie. That whole thing, and you're just putting it on that list.
Man, that's difficult.
I can tell you right now.
Probably at spot 12.
You'd say a 12?
I'm
At 12.
saying I haven't seen the Clone Wars movie, or I don't remember it. And I'm saying it's gonna
At
go below
12
that.
without any other shows on here though.
Yeah,
If I had Obi-Wan on here, if I had Boba Fett on
No.
here,
We're
it'd
just
be a
saying
lot
just the
different.
one show. Like if you had to
just
insert this
It'd be
somewhere on this
above
list,
Last Jedi.
yeah, I'd have to agree with
oh
that. I'd have to
wow,
agree
you guys
with
are
that.
nice.
I just
I'm not a fan of the Last Jedi.
I'm not
So
either,
like
but
there's some movies that I have on this list, like to give you like not to get deep into all of them, but like Rogue One. The reason Rogue One is so I liked the movie. I think overall the movie was good. That end sequence with Vader in the corridor
yeah.
made that movie
Oh,
probably
I know.
higher on my
It just
list than it deserves to be. Like
I
that
think
was just epic. It was awesome, right? I have The Force Awakens high on my list because I have kids that were young when that movie came out, and it
yeah,
was the perfect movie to bring nostalgia for me back in, but also introduce this whole thing that they weren't fully into as like I was.
to make it
So
their own.
right, so it's not for me. It's high on my list. It's not necessarily because just the movie is good. It's because of my experience in my life with the movie when it came out.
I can
That would be
appreciate
another
that.
reason why it's kind of high. So
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, I would have to put it above.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to put
Yeah.
it above Last
I
Jedi.
have one more thing I want to talk about with this.
Okay.
I also have one more thing, and I'm hoping it's the same thing.
Go ahead.
Is it our Andre? Go ahead.
Is it Kiadi Mundi?
Well, no, I've given up on that.
Can you go to
People
slide?
are like, well, Wikipedia. They went back after the show came out, and they
Okay,
fixed it.
okay. Can you go to slide 16, please?
Oh,
16?
are you gonna bring up the book?
It's not a book; it's a CD-ROM.
Yeah, I was thinking of a book for some reason.
Is it this one?
We have Kiadi Mundi here. Yep.
Yeah,
We have.
yeah.
Okay, next. What does his lightsaber color say?
Oh, purple.
It says purple.
It was purple.
Can you go to the next slide, please?
Wasn't it a different color on
Blue.
That's for sure blue.
Can you go one more slide, please?
Bro, this
Uh-oh.
dude got so many lightsabers.
He's got one for he's got options.
Ah,
I don't
Here's the thing
He's
that
got
they didn't
options.
say
He's
in
like,
that.
this
Nope.
one's for my Jedi on the go, and this one's for business.
Caddy Mundi's got he's got one of those the stones where like it's the mood stones. He's got a mood stone
Yeah,
lightsaber.
he's
That's what it is.
he's feeling smart,
That's
so
what it
he's
is.
going. He's got a green saber, and he's feeling tough, so he's got the blue.
All right, Kyle. What's
One
your
last
last thing you wanted to say?
no,
Um.
one last point. One last point.
Okay.
In that same CD-ROM that talks about Kiadi Mundi, it says that Mace Windu has a what color does Mace Windu's lightsaber? What color
This
is
is purple, and he's got
it's
BMF.
purple? It's
It's got BMF written on it for a
yep.
reason.
Can you go to
'cause
the
he is.
last slide, please?
Oh my god! I'm not even bringing
That's
that up.
blue.
That is
Uh-oh.
just. But didn't they
Nope.
release a Darth Vader toy?
That was
With the
in the
rare.
CD-ROM. That was in the CD-ROM that it was a blue lightsaber. I couldn't find a slide, and I don't have the CD-ROM, so I can't prove it. But in the CD-ROM, it was blue.
Oh. I blame Samuel L. Jackson because he's a BMF.
All right. So what was your last thing, Kyle? Before we leave.
The Badger.
Loved Basil. Loved him.
What? First,
Do we have a slide?
They-
I don't have it.
did they,
I think he's on the very first slide.
Oh yeah, he's
Like-
the little dude on the side.
like
Like a little yeah.
he's all like rar, I don't like you, and then he like sabotages the ship
Yeah. And then
For
all of a
no
sudden he's like, yeah, I'm
reason.
fine with you.
for no reason. He's just like, I switch sides, and he starts pulling wires out, and then he runs away.
Uh,
And then they, if I remember correctly, and I don't even remember the scene, but they're like, why did they pull the gender politics card on that thing?
I
Did
think
you
they
guys-
did say
you-
they.
They it goes by they them or something like that, and I'm like,
They just said they, and I'm just assuming that they either did that or
I
they
don't even
just
remember,
didn't
but
know.
it made me cringe the first time I watched it, and like I remembered it, and I'm like, why do you have to bring this? It's just assume it's gender.
I don't know.
I'm like, it's a freaking badger, and then it sabotages the ship for no reason.
Yeah,
like 1 minute
bad
it's
writing.
trying to attack her and it's trying to like,
listen,
and
I
she's
didn't.
flying
I'm not
away
going to
and-
sit here and say the Acolyte is a great show. Definitely not trying to imply that. I think the
No.
things for me were like Master Soul. I like the whole seeing that the Jedi weren't always doing the right things. Like I like that being brought into live action Star Wars and us seeing that. I like the Stranger. I like the fact that you're seeing at this point in time the first time in Star Wars timeline wise that there's a group of dark side users that don't consider themselves Sith. Like I know we see that now with Balin Skull and stuff like that, but this would be way before that. The only thing I'm disappointed on is when they came out and said that they were going to show how Chimere became the person who started the Knights of Ren, and the fact that we possibly lost that and lost the fact that like that could be incorporated in Star Wars. That I'm disappointed about that. I would love to see that.
We
and
lost
see more stuff.
that
into
and Plagueis.
yeah.
That and Plagueis.
If,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
I
they
mean,
can,
Plagueis can come back
just-
in another way because
Plagueis
he's
can
already
come
been
back.
brought
They
up.
can
but-
say that wasn't Plagueis. That was his brother Derek. I don't care. There's so
Vegas.
much stuff. Like
that wasn't.
I
Plagueis,
have
that
like
was his
8 things
brother
on here that you
Plagueis.
still haven't got to, but like Jedi diabetes kid from the temple.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to fat shame, but I thought Jedi, like have like an exercise program or something.
So
that
wait,
kid.
so then you on the opposite end of that, you're upset that Jabba's son has a 12-pack because he should be fat like all the other Jabbas.
Does he have an ab?
Yes.
I seen he's got like boom, but I didn't see his
that
ab.
dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
we don't know. We haven't seen the front yet.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
thought
I
we
saw
did.
the back. He had some
No.
traps going.
Yeah, he's shredded. He's shredded for
He
sure. I'm
yeah.
sure he has a 12-pack.
and then,
I'm
like
sure he does.
their castle, whatever that is, blew up, and then like 16 years later, it blew up. 16 years later, they come back, and power still works for the elevator. Well, plot hole there.
Okay, yeah.
I-
Bad
I-
writing. Bad writing.
bad writing. It's two writers. Look, they're all dead. We don't care about them anymore. So
Who is that?
it doesn't. They don't matter. The witches are all dead, so we
Oh,
don't
okay.
care about them anymore. Jedi Diabetes, and then what do they call him? Soy Boy Jedi. Oh, that guy was the super skinny one who was always like super
Always
nervous.
scared.
Yeah, like I they just made the Jedi. I mean, I realize the Jedi Order has its flaws, but they just did everything they could. It felt like to just tear them down, especially with male characters because of the director of the show. So it's what it felt
Yeah.
like. I don't like being like, I'm a man and you should have man stuff.
So I would say my only thing that I noticed in the show, like right from the first episode, where I was like, that doesn't make sense. This is my biggest doesn't make sense moment, and you can see it on the screen right now. These two girls haven't seen each other in how long? But they got
Mhm.
the same exact haircut.
Don't get me started on a haircut.
I'm just kidding.
She
Hold on.
literally
No,
takes
no,
her
no.
head
Hold on.
down and
Hold on.
just like,
Hold
dude, same hair.
on. Okay, but then you see those stories of like long lost twins that marry another set of they marry the same named person, and they have the dogs that are named the same, and they live a mile away from each other, and you see all those stories, but you
What do you
can't
mean
have
all
that in
those stories?
Star Wars.
How many stories are you
I've heard it
seeing that's like
once.
that?
I've heard, okay, one or two, it can still happen.
But are
Okay,
they
but
true or are they urban legend stories?
she literally
I don't
takes
know.
a lightsaber, turns it on, puts her head down, cuts her hair, and it perfectly matches. And there's no like burnt end. You can't smell burnt hair from a freaking plasma sword that cuts hair. And he doesn't say,
That's
"Why does your
right.
hair look like it was just melted off?"
Yeah.
He doesn't
Right,
notice that it's her. He doesn't sense that it's not her.
right.
Not a very good Jedi. He wasn't a very
There's a
good
lot of
Jedi.
not very good Jedi that we've
Yeah,
seen
there's a lot of
randomly
not
in
good Jedi
movies.
back then. But she
Like the
just
entire Jedi Council not knowing that
apparently
Palpatine.
she's
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna cut my hair to match yours.
like Mace Windu, like standing next to Palpatine in the Clone Wars movie, having conversations with him, and not going, "Something feels off about this dude."
Yeah, something.
Something doesn't
Well,
feel
don't they
right.
say that our ability of using the Force has been clouded during
Yeah,
that time?
because the Jedi Council is built on top of an old Sith
Sith
temple.
Temple. Yeah. So their ability to, so that could be why they couldn't sense him. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, their fighting style. I know this is my last thing. I'm sorry. Their fighting style is the exact same. They've been 16 apart 16 years. The one's been training the entire time, but yet they're equal fighters and they have the exact same fighting style and it's like perfect symmetry. Mm,
Well, the one wasn't the Jedi one didn't train the entire time. She
that's my
left
point.
the order.
That's my
She
point.
left the order. And
Yep.
then the Sith one, the dark side one,
Yep.
we don't know how long she was training with Chimere.
Well,
So, I mean,
she's been out for 16 years, out for vengeance some way or another for 16 years.
yeah, but we don't know how long she knew Chimere and
Right, she's been out for
who she could
revenge,
have
but
been
has
with
she been
before
with Chimere for 16 years, or has she been with
to
Chimere for
learn the
six
side of
months?
the Force.
Right.
Because she's not on the light side of the Force.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I can't remember the one guy's name. Um, next to not Green Skittle Jedi, but the other on the other side of the poster. The guy was
Oh,
little.
what was his name?
He was useless. He's like, I'm taking you in, and she's like, we have to go stop. Okay, let's go back.
Yord
I
Fandar.
He was
Yord. I just have
useless.
to take my shirt off so
I
you
just have
don't
to
get
look
me.
chiseled for 20 seconds. Here's my so I get my screen actor.
Yeah.
And
Yord
like
Fandar.
Yor
Yorg.
Jorg
No,
Fandar
Yord
and
with
like
a D. Yord.
Yord.
Jord
Yord.
Jord
Like if you're measuring in feet and yords.
Jords. He was like he didn't know Star Wars. He's like when Anakin blew up the Death Star, and
Oh
I
yeah.
saw that interview, and I'm like, did he really just say when Anakin blew up the
Oh,
Death Star?
that's bad.
It
Like
is bad. Yeah.
All right.
I
So
know. I know.
any quick notes? Okay, so let's ask you this before we sign
They're
off.
all dead.
How do you
It
feel
doesn't
about
exist anymore.
how do you feel about the missing the missing out on the hunt for Ben Solo?
I don't know enough about it. I've heard just a little bit about the potential of it. I thought it was just like an idea. Cool idea. I guess I need to rewatch is it The Rise of Skywalker, which is the last one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to see that last like 15 minutes again to really get a good feel of what they could do.
But let me ask you
Um
this. I know you have the original the last three as like your bottom in your bottom
yeah.
category movies. Do you feel that Kylo Ren slash Ben Solo's character was probably one of the best characters to come out of that series? If not, who
Uh,
would you put above him as a character that you think is better?
I think well, okay, this is going to be kind of a jump back a little bit. When the first trailer for what was episode 7,
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, when they had Finn in the forest and he turned that lightsaber on,
Yep.
they had so much potential.
Yeah.
And then they just blew it away. And like I
Yeah.
remember hearing like he was supposed to be force sensitive and stuff like that, and then they changed it to last minute. He was supposed to be able to use the force, and like um they wasted that. Like that could have been
Yeah.
such a cool character, and just like again, this sounds like a Luke Skywalker thing, but he was basically an orphan, or he was taken in by the Empire, and
First Order. Yeah.
yeah, the First Order, and like made
Same,
into
same difference.
a stormtrooper. And it looks like he had some sort of, I don't want to say like a panic attack or something like that, but
Yeah.
he looked flawed, and like he showed almost the human side of him where he
I
started
would
freaking
panic
out.
too when you see people like stopping a blaster bolt midair. I'd be like,
Yeah, that was yeah. But
I'm sorry.
Kylo Ren could have had potential, but I think they also made him a little too
Yeah.
whiny.
Yeah.
Like if you a silent rage is better than explosive rage to me. A silent rage is scary. Vader's silent rage, where he just looks at you and you failed, he chokes you
Yeah,
out.
but Vader
Where
Vader
he
had
go into the
something way
office,
more traumatic happen to him.
yeah.
Ben Solo,
Well,
like I'm not saying he didn't have something traumatic happen, but Ben Solo was chasing Vader. Vader was just chasing power,
yeah.
right? Like I think that's a little bit of a difference. So like I
I
would
mean,
compare Ben Solo more to Anakin in Revenge of the Sith when Anakin is not Vader yet, but he's basically telling Obi-Wan like if you're not with me then you're against me, right? Like
yeah,
that
Oh, he
whiny
was
like
Vader at that point. He was Vader at that point.
yeah,
By name,
but
he was Vader.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm saying suit Vader, like where he's like
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
that
Yes.
full
changed the
on
character.
just
I yes,
Vader.
he was definitely an apprentice at that time. I'm not arguing that. I'm
But
just
if
saying
you go
I
back,
would compare
Free
Kylo
suit
Ren
Vader.
more to
Yeah.
that version of
Yeah.
Anakin
if you
slash
go,
Vader than I would the Darth Vader that we're used to seeing.
if you go back to when Kylo Ren was training under or no, Ben Solo, sorry. Ben Solo was training under Luke Skywalker. He's sleeping in his little hut, and he wakes up to a glowing lightsaber over Luke Skywalker's head, and he's ready to strike him down. That, I mean, yeah, that'll screw you up.
What movie was that in?
Last Jedi, I believe.
Last Jedi, where he
Another
wakes up and they
reason I
show,
hate that movie.
yeah, and he like there was, there could have been, and like he wakes up and he just, so I get it. I get his motivation where he feels
Yeah.
betrayed by his own family, who's gonna kill him while he's sleeping, but he was
Yeah,
gonna
but that was
stop.
more like terrified, not anger.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Not
it'll be
like
a little of both.
Anakin.
I'd
Maybe
be.
a little bit of both, but not Anakin anger.
No, not that Anakin anger where you lose a loved
like
one
like
because
that's different.
yeah. So
Alrighty.
alrighty.
Well,
That's an
well,
hour
Light.
and 16 minutes.
Thank you, Light, for coming on and talking about the Aco-Light.
Yeah, no problem. I got through most of my list.
I I know it wasn't a highlight of your day or
No,
anything, but
it was fun. It was fun.
it was fun. Yeah, it was a good
I'd
time.
love to do it again.
Oh, well, maybe
sure,
we'll have you
for sure.
back again then. Yeah. Um, that's it for the episode. Please follow, like, subscribe, comment. We will be doing a question and answer as soon as we have enough questions. So just leave your questions below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good one.